All right, everybody. Hey, great day, great day here on Monday, October 27th. Hope you're having a beautiful end to October. My gosh, it's still pretty cold, or actually starting to get a little cold here. Although we're having kind of a late fall. Most of our leaves are still green, and normally we've got a lot of color by now. But I like this because that means it's going to shorten the window. So I have to use these like psychological techniques because I'm not a big cold weather fan to deal with having cold weather here in the winter. And anyways, wherever you are, I hope it is beautiful. I hope you're excited to start these last 2 months of the year. Isn't that kind of crazy to think of last 2 months of the year? You know, time is moving faster as obviously as we get older. There's a reason why that happens. But you know, the interesting thing in the world of business, things are moving faster than they ever have before. And if you want to succeed, if you want to have the best chance to even just be competitive in the marketplace with whatever it is that you do, you have to stay at the forefront of technology. Now, you don't need to be on the bleeding edge, but you do need to be on the leading edge if you're trying to compete, if you're trying to achieve something that is above average. Excuse me. You have to stay ahead. And I'm going to talk to you today. I'm going to share something with you today that has that ability to give you that upper kind of that upper advantage over 99.9% of the people in the marketplace today. So I would say take out your notepads, write down any questions you have. If you're a guest with us, let me say a very special welcome to you. Write down questions, get with the person that invited you, whoever invited you, somebody that thinks highly of you to invite to share this with you, because you are hearing about something before literally the rest of the world does. So let's do this right here. There we go. Sorry about my voice, guys. The weather is changing, and there's not a whole lot that I can do about that other than just deal with it. So I do want to say congratulations to start, and I mean that sincerely. You know, there are going to be people literally a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now that will hear about what you're going to hear about today for the very first time. And if there's somebody who knows you, they're going to say, "Hey, why didn't you tell me about this?" And on the other hand, the fact that somebody has told you about this is something that I think is very powerful. So congratulations, you're hearing about something before most of the world. I also will say that this, based on how you see it, I know it's how I feel, could be one of the most important conversations as it relates to business that maybe you've ever had before. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about AI. You know, I keep saying I'm going to do this, and I just need to write it down and do it. If I don't write it down, I forget it. You're probably not like me. I do that a lot. So AI. I don't know if it's a noun, a verb, a phrase, a term, whatever it is. And I made it big on here. It is big, and it is getting bigger faster. AI already is touching all of our lives, and most of us don't even know it yet, but it's going to touch our lives in a significantly greater way going forward in the future. And so my question to you is, how do you feel when you hear AI? Are you like a lot of people who you feel like the picture on the left? The metal guy is coming for me. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a real person. He's not the Terminator. He's not going to save me from AI. What the heck am I going to do? I am doomed. Or are you like majority of the people who have a little bit of fear of that metal guy, but they say, wow, you know, I just know it's going to improve things dramatically. I know it's going to make life much easier. I know it's going to make us have the ability to do more business in ways that we probably can't even imagine today. Maybe not totally understanding, comprehending what it is, what it can mean, but just having faith and having belief that it truly can bring a lot extra into our business and thus into our personal lives as well. So, doom, saved, a little bit of both. I got to tell you, for me personally, it's definitely 99% that side over there. The 1% on the other side is just some of the bad actors in the world, you know. But I'm hoping the 99% can put some controls in place and make sure that we harness AI versus AI harnessing us. But whatever's going to happen in the future is going to happen. I just like the fact that most of the people that are experts seem to see the picture on the right versus the one on the left. So I like knowing what people who know truly know. But I got to tell you this, because I'm a researcher, guys. I'm a researcher. And AI is going to create more gain and loss than anything in the history of the world. So I wanted to find out what jobs are most at risk right now. And there's a lot more than just these. But these are the ones that are at the top of the list that are most at risk for being replaced or at least starting to be augmented significant enough that a lot of jobs could be lost to AI. And I don't know if you have one of these positions or not. If you do, you might want to start training for something else, like maybe even AI, a career in AI. Um, but it is going to change a lot. And the sad thing is that most people put their head in the sands. They stick their head in the sand and they won't even look up. It's like they know it's out there, but they don't even want to think about it, don't even want to talk about it. It's almost like it's just going to go away. But that's not happening. That is not happening. It's not going away. It's only going to be here more and more and more. So the key is, how can you use it to benefit you? What can you do to help it make your business life easier? What can you do to offload some of the things that you do today that aren't really income producing activities, but they're things you need to do just to do business? And that's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about ways in which you can do that. If you don't think it's getting serious, I want to share something here. And this one is the one that kind of blew me away because I literally had a conversation in the gym. This was about 3 months ago now with a good friend of mine who's an ER doctor. And we were talking about AI and the changes that are coming. He said, "Oh, I'm totally safe." He goes, medicine, now AI, I just can't imagine it replacing a doctor or doing anything like that. And literally a couple weeks later, I saw this. The world's first AI hospital just opened in China. 42 AI doctors in 21 different specialties. So not just like a primary care physician or a family doctor where they come in and say, "Hey, you got a little bit of fever, your temperature, yeah, I'm running a little hot. You got a sore throat, runny nose." No, no, no. Cardiology, neurology, and not chatbots. These are AI agents. And even more importantly, they were able to diagnose, treat, and follow up with their patients. But the interesting thing is, over the course of a few days, just a few days, they did that with over 10,000 cases. Why do people like AI? There's no workman's comp, no OSHA, no Fed, FICA, no, I mean, none of the payroll taxes. They don't take breaks. They don't go to the bathroom. They don't have vacations. They don't have kids that get sick. They don't have a parent that they have to go deal with or take to the doctor. I mean, they don't go to sleep. It's 24/7. It's the best employee you can ever have. Set it up once and bam, it'll run forever. The interesting thing is, of those 10,000 cases, they were 93.06% accurate. Do you know where AI is right now? Just so you know, if you were to think of a baby being birthed, a baby being born, it's like the baby is just starting to come out of the mother. The doctor is ready to take it. Maybe the head is breached. It's just ready to come out. It hasn't been pulled out yet. You haven't cut the cord, haven't smacked it on the back. I mean, this is how new AI is compared to where it's going to be. But instead of like a baby, a human baby being born and taking 18, 20, some people would argue 25, 30 years to grow up, this is going to grow up like that in a heartbeat. And you know why? Because each of those 42 doctors, every time they were seeing one of their thousands of patients, guess what happened? All the other AI doctors were learning based on what that AI doctor was doing, but then all the other AI doctors were learning based on what this AI doctor was doing. So it was that collaborative learning effect of all these different AIs learning together. Doctors don't do that. If you're a cardiologist, I'm a neurologist, you can go see as many patients you want. That's not going to help me learn anything about cardiology. Just like when I'm seeing my neurological patients, you're not going to learn anything about neurology because we're not linked, but AI is. And that is the power of what I'm going to share with you today more than anything, because there's ways you can harness AI today, but to get that collaboration, there's nowhere yet in the world exists except for what you're going to hear about today. So why is this so important, guys? Because the investment is pouring into AI and the growth is happening. You can see this here. Follow the money and get where people are going with this money. And this is why it's so important. There's a convergence trend today. There's a huge economic need of 99% of the people in our world. You've got AI, quantum computing, and the evolution of people working from home, needing to make extra money. We've just come off of a time frame, and this is not being political, but this pandemic around the world, man, inflation skyrocketed. People's incomes did not keep up. People's investments did not keep up. 99 plus percent of the people fell behind. I don't know about you, if you're better off in pure dollars. I'm not talking about not adjusting for the value of the dollar. In pure dollars, if you are, then congratulations. You're one of a handful. And so what we're talking about doing is harnessing a new technology that can literally save you 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 hours a week. and maybe even make more money with less hours. How does that sound? This is all real. What we're talking about is real. You can turn your head away and not look at it, but guess what? It is there. However, if you recognize it, and this is it, half of the battle is knowing, if you recognize this, you now will see where you have a window, an opportunity to take advantage of this in whatever field you're in, to position yourself to make advances in that field. And if you're in business to make money, more importantly, to make profit, and should be in business to maximize the profit that you can earn based on the time you put in. What I love about what you're going to hear today is my full belief inside my heart is harnessing this technology, teaching this technology, letting this technology learn you, letting this AI kind of become it's like duplicating yourself with all your knowledge, but utilizing that to be able to go out there and focus, be more effective, more efficient, but work less but make more. What a great combination. I mean, do you have close family? Do you have friends? Do you have a hobby? Do you like sports? What is it you like to do? How would you like to have a little more time to put into the things that mean the most for you in your life and make more money working less? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about leveraging AI. And that's the name of our company, LevAI. It stands for leveraging AI because the future literally is right here in our hands. It could be in your hands if you want. And here's the thing you're going to find. I know a lot of people say, man, I've heard of some of these people. I know these companies are instituting AI into their businesses and they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, some of millions of dollars. Even smaller businesses spending five, 10, $15,000 as a setup fee and two, three, four, $5,000 a month. And you might be in a position for that, but then you may not. And most people are not. What we have done is taken the best of what we can find out there and brought it in so it's for the everyday individual. Obviously, companies can employ this as well, but this is built for you and me, the individual, whether you're an employee inside a company, you're an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, whatever it is, this is built for you guys. And I got to tell you, everything starts with leadership. In my mind, if you don't have strong leadership, you're going to be doomed. And why is it so important, especially in this model? The main reason is because we are going to grow very fast. AI is projected to go from $391 billion this year to $15.7 trillion by 2030. That is growth that has never been seen in the history of the world. In only one other industry today, tokenization of real world assets inside the crypto industry is expected to grow faster than AI. So you're talking about the second fastest growing industry projection wise over the next 5 years during this convergence window. So with that kind of scaling, that kind of growth, you got to have somebody who has experience. And Blake Schrader has that. You can see his bio right there. What impresses me about him is number one, he's got a legal background. So I know he's got the mental acuity to be able to do what needs to be done to manage this ship. But then you combine that with the fact that he's worked with public and private companies. He's also worked with global as well as domestic companies. And most importantly, he has gone through massive growth phases with companies. And that's the biggest thing to be able to manage the ship is to be able to handle the growth. And the potential growth that we have here is it literally is staggering what possibilities exist. And here's why, guys. This is not some hired doctor talking about why a certain nutrient is good inside of a product. Google, one of the biggest companies in the world, and you can see what their CEO said. AI is more profound than fire, electricity, or anything we've done in the past. You think he's in touch with what's going on with AI? You better believe it. Just go to Google and you'll see it. It's right there when you go to their site. What about this one right here? This is one you probably don't know. DeepMind. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But literally, he says the difference here with AI is that it's going to be 10 times bigger than the Industrial Revolution and maybe 10 times faster. Well, I'm not sure when he made this quote, it wasn't that long ago. It's already looking like he's correct. It is going to be more than 10 times bigger, and it is certainly more than 10 times faster. And so what we do is we just make it simple for entrepreneurs to launch, market, and grow businesses. So whether you have an existing business you want to grow, whether you're looking to launch a brand new business, maybe you're looking to vertically integrate a new line, no matter what you're looking to do, we want to leverage AI to make it more simple, allow you to spend less time in it, but hopefully increase your revenue and increase your profitability. The best part, excuse me, as an individual in business, or even if you have a company that has big CMOs and things like that, agencies, you don't need that to do this. So you're not going to have to hire extra or special people with AI knowledge to know how to do this. So some of the problems, and there's a lot of them, in business. And I won't say just problems, it's problems, difficulties, things that you just have to deal with. Um, these are some of the ones that LevAI, we solve it. So when you look at social entrepreneurs, and this is a little bit more on the entrepreneur side, but I tell you what, to me, um, I don't care if you're a solo entrepreneur, if you have started a small business, a manufacturing company, an insurance agency, whatever it is, everybody needs a customer relationship management solution, a good one, right? If you're not keeping in touch with number one, your clients, but number two, your prospects. If you don't have a good way to do that, then you're scattered. You're all over the place. Social media. Most people I know today, even people I know that are working for agencies, they can't keep up with the changes in the algorithms. And it's interesting because I hear some of the things they say, and I know some people involved at the highest level with these companies, and they are so far off base, but companies are paying them thousands of dollars to run their social media. And then how do you really get the metrics? Most of them don't have really good metrics for that. It's a tough thing. Do you need web presence? Do you need more web presence? That's an expensive proposition to do it. What about starting a new business or starting a new division or expanding your business? There's a lot of time and effort, and you got to have a lot of financial resources, a lot of mental resources to be able to do those things. And guess what? We're going to be able to simplify all of them. We're going to make it super easy to build and maintain your candidate and customer list. We're going to give you a lot of confidence about what to say to prospects and customers. We're going to take a lot of the barriers out of the way that make you feel stuck in business. And that's a lot of them right there. We're going to be able to keep you in front of your customers so you can maximize your sales. And by doing that, it really does take away a lot of the fear of failure, but more importantly, you're going to build consistent momentum. It's like if you could add 1% a day, every day, 5 days a week over the course of the year, by the end of the year, you've increased 250%. But each day, you're just adding 1%. And that's the way this Lev AI is going to work for you. So here are some of the macros that you're going to find it's going to benefit you tremendously. First off, my AI social. That's going to deal with your online presence and consistency. We're going to break these down in just a minute a little bit further. My network, that's your customer relationship management system. My web, instant AI built websites. I'm going to talk to you about where that can be a tremendous benefit for you. It may not be for everybody, but a lot of people that don't think it can be, it can be. My momentum, reminders to build your business. Hello? I need that. My gosh. Thanks, Samantha. Samantha's one of my best reminders. And then my prospects. Who doesn't need new prospects? Are you in is your business set? Do you have all the business you can handle? Do you never need another prospect for the rest of your life? Are you set? Well, guess what? I know the answer to that. It's a rhetorical question. If you don't have new prospects coming in the front door, that's the lifeblood. Without that, good luck. So let's talk about social engagement. So first off, what's going to happen here is your Lev AI is going to be able to create engaging social posts in seconds, literally in seconds, using the AI and then post directly to your profile. What's going to happen when you think about AI, whether it's with us or anybody, I'm going to give you a little secret right now. Your AI can only put out based on what you put in. See, AI learns you. AI gets to know you. And what you put in is going to determine what comes out. So on the front end, your real investment is time in teaching the AI about you. And then every time you work with your AI, the difference is it learns. But unlike me, who forgets things, I'm sure you don't. I mean, heck, Einstein, they said one of the most intelligent people in the history of the world, could retain 30% of everything he heard or saw for the first time. I'm like, wow, if he did 30%, I feel a whole lot better. I'm not an Einstein. I feel like I forget so many things. So the beautiful thing about AI is every time you teach it something, every time you have it do a function for you, it remembers that and it remembers 100% and then it builds on that. So like all those doctors learning and growing together, this is where AI gets to do that for you and me. And so as it learns your post, as you post more and more and more, what you'll find because you and I forget a lot of things, right? Even if you're twice Einstein, you're still forgetting 40%. So AI is 100%. So as you start to move through posting and as you're doing other parts of your business that your AI is plugged into, it's going to start suggesting things for social media that are so much more intelligent, that are so much more tied into what's really going on in your business, just because it remembers and you don't. And I'm not singling you out. I don't either. But AI doesn't forget. So I just want to hit on that, guys, because that's one of the most powerful parts of this. Now, CRM. This one is really cool, and I'm going to show you a piece on this in a second. Keeping up with the people that you are talking with, but more importantly, when you meet somebody out right now, The only thing you have to go on is your impression of meeting them. You don't know anything about them. You have no clue as to anything other than your own intuition. But what's going to happen with this is every time you put somebody into your CRM, or you can go back and take all the people you already have as contacts, take all of your existing customers, and you're going to be able to plug them in and let AI scour the web and bring back you all sorts of information on them. Let me share an example of how that works. So let's say that I'm a new person you met, or I'm one of your long-term customers. Doesn't matter. You want to do it for every one of them. Just go to social media and get one of my social media main screenshots, like whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, it doesn't matter. Boom, put that in, and then instantly your AI, it's kind of like you got your AI business partner here, right? Except when you go to sleep, it's still working for you. So your AI partner there is going to go out and it's going to scour the web and find everything about Scotty Mercker. It's going to find everything about me just from taking a screenshot, literally just from taking a screenshot at one of my social media sites. And here's what it's going to give you. It's going to give you all this research. And by the way, if you just met me, do you know any of this stuff about me? Do you know my pain points? Do you know best ways to present to me? Do you know the best ways to build rapport with me? Do you really know anything about my personality? Let's say this was me. How much of this would you really know on your own? Would you know I'm competitive, committed, vigorous? Did you know that I tend to work like a general, bold, pragmatic, skeptical, extremely goal driven, and most comfortable with control? How would you really know that about me? You wouldn't. You wouldn't, especially if I'm a prospect. Would you know much about my behavior, best ways to email me, meeting me, stressors, energizers, speaking, working? This is going to give you so much information about me that it just prepares you. And I could tell you, as having people that have called on me over the years in business, nothing feels better than when somebody's done their homework. Nothing feels better than when somebody comes in prepared, knowing all that they possibly can know. That tells me that they care, number one. That tells me that I'm important, number two. And that's already given them a leg up over the other 99%. The value of this right here, most people could not afford to pay a person to go do this research, even for one customer or one prospect. And look at this right here. Unbelievable. Let's talk about building a website in a few seconds. You know, if you want to test something out today, to go pay somebody in a web company to build you a website, it's going to be $1,000 or $2,000. But now, if you have an idea, you're inside a marketing department, a PR department, whatever it is. Maybe you just thought about maybe starting a business, doing some consulting, writing a book, whatever it is. Almost everybody's thought about these things at one point, right? Imagine creating a website around that and then shooting it out to 20 of your close business associates, your friends, your family, and getting their feedback. And you need to make some adjustments. Yeah, that picture that they had, that was more of an evening picture. I want a morning picture. Well, that color of blue, I want it to be a little bit lighter, it was just a little bit too dark. Boom, change it. I'm talking about funnels, e-commerce solutions, everything literally created within seconds, published on the web, and you can literally have it all up just like that. You could do as many as you want. Unbelievable. And by the way, all included in our package. This one right here, this is one that I am so excited about because I need this. The example I give, I drive a lot. I've got elderly parents. I got to go check on them and do things, and I'm just in my car a lot. And so a lot of times I'm doing phone work in the car, and people say, "Hey, let's talk next Wednesday at 2:30." I'm like, "That'd be great, fantastic." And then we get off the call and another call comes in, or I get to where I'm going and I forget to write it down. And sure enough, boom, guess what's going to happen? Next Tuesday or next Wednesday, whatever, I think I said Wednesday is going to come, 2:30, and I forgot to record it. And if I'm even around at the time, they call and say, "Hey, what's going on? You ready? Ready for what?" "Oh my gosh, I forgot." I'm sure that never happens to you, but it happens to me. It happens to me more and more, partially because I'm getting really busy with a lot of these amazing projects, like in the world of AI. There's so much that's happening here, and a little bit with my age, I'll admit it, just a little bit. I'm getting ready to turn 63, so that has a little to do with it. But imagine having something that literally is like the reminders you can have in your phone, right? But imagine something that's reminding you, because guess what? It's knowing everything you're doing, everything you're putting into it. It's on top of it. It's reminding you, hey, you got that meeting. You got that meeting 2:30 next Wednesday, and you're supposed to have some information. You're literally, it's like having your 24/7 part is even better. It's like having a twin. Imagine having a twin of you that knows everything you know, but never forgets anything like you do. That's a pretty cool thing, right? This one right here, even if this cost a couple $1,000s a month, which it doesn't, but even if it did, This right here to me would be so well worth it. I don't know what a sale means for you in your life, but imagine having access to 50 to 100 or so prospects each and every month. But these are not prospects that come from a lead source where you're buying leads. I mean, most of those, to be honest, are just crap. Excuse the French, but they are. They're not really good. They're running ads on late night TV, ads on social media, and people are clicking on them and just to see what it is, kicking the tires. And I mean, it's a tough way to go. But imagine having access to a database of the top kind of 2 billion business people in the world, and you can go in there and say exactly what you want. So let's say you're here in my country, in the United States of America, and you want to open up a new area of the world. So you say, I want to open Australia. So I think I'm going to start in Sydney first. So you go in and say, I want 50 people that are between 35 and 45. Half of them are men, half of them are women. I want them to have a college level education, and I want them to have an entrepreneurial background, either own or have owned a business. And so literally going in and drilling down on exactly what you want, and boom, it spits out those prospects. And so now whatever you're doing in the world of business, remember that e-commerce section and that funnel section and all that you can do, you could literally plug it into the system and reach out to them. Hey, new business is the lifeblood of any business. Imagine having the ability to have access to this in every single month. You pull up whatever you want, whoever you want, based on what you're looking for, not buying some lead that 10, 20, 30 other people are buying and calling, competing with you. This is direct going to the prospects that you've designated based on your criteria, not some random people coming in from a lead that you buy. This one right here, worth its weight in gold if you're a person who understands the value of continually adding new prospects into your funnel all the time. Most people don't do that, but they should, but they don't. So I kind of teased you with it. I said, kind of like having a business partner, kind of having like a confidant, the person next to you, kind of like twinning yourself. Well, this is it. This is it. And this piece we're actually getting ready to turn on. By the way, if you're hearing this for the first time, we literally just turned this thing on less than 2 months ago. I mean, we're just getting it's kind of like a pre-launch. We're getting all the features and the functions turned on. And you're going to have your AI twin. You're going to have your AI twin, which means you'll be able to clone yourself, but have a virtual twin that'll be there for you. A couple things you'll be able to do. You'll be able to give it a script, and then it can give that script and take it and read it in one of about 150 languages, by the way. So if you're doing business with people in Japan, doing people with businesses in Mexico, excuse me, doing business wherever you are, you have the ability to speak to people, take your script and speak in their language. And by the way, guess what? Better than 50% of the people in that country, because most people don't speak their own language correctly. You're going to be one of the top ones. Or you'll be able to give it a concept and an idea, and it'll create a script. And remember what I said, input, what you put in will be what you come out with. The better you train it on the front end to know you, and then the more you use it, the more it gets to know you. So this just gets better and better and better. Remember, I told you there'd be that point, that inflection point, where it will put output out that's better than what you can think of right now because of how much you've forgotten along the way. It hasn't forgotten. It's going to be there. So let's talk about this. You take a photo of yourself. It's kind of like KYC. Or if you don't want to use yourself, which I highly recommend, number one, people like to do business with people they know and trust, and you'll be blown away when people see you doing this. But if you don't want to use yourself, you can use one of the ones from our library. And by the way, excuse me, some people like to have a total different person. That's okay, whatever you want. Literally, you will just have it twin your voice, which means you're going to speak a little script into it, and it picks up all of your voice inflection. It picks up your tonality, your pace, your gait, everything about how you do this. And then literally, once you give it a script or give it an idea and have it create a script, when it comes back, whether it's in English, which if that's your primary language, whatever your primary language is, or if it comes back in Chinese, doesn't matter. Instantly, it's going to be your voice, your face with facial expressions. The mouth will move according to the language that it's speaking. When I say an AI twin, this is about as realistic as you can get based on technology that exists today. And there will be a number of people, many of them, they're going to say, how'd you do that? Is there a new app? Where'd you get that from? Because it's going to look so real, they're not going to be able to believe that you could speak all those languages. So let's talk about pricing, guys. I alluded to it earlier. Apologize. Sorry about that. We got two plans, a basic plan and a pro plan. The basic is $49, the pro is $99. The basic has the main few features that we talked about to start. And for many people, that's going to be good enough for them. This is good for one business application, so you can apply it into one business that you're in. Of course, you can use it for your personal things that you need as well, but you can see the main attributes and the features that you have on the left side. So you got your AI voice, your twin, you've got your AI social AI writing assistant, the business profiles, the social media growth and engagement, and of course the CRM. So you've got that right there. Now, if you have more than one business, like maybe you want to use it for your job and you have a side business, maybe you own a business and you have a part-time business as well, whatever your situation is, the second one can handle multiple businesses. But on top of that, the web builder, the enhanced My Network CRM, the prospects, remember those monthly prospects, access to that, and more things too. That's all included in the 99. The best part is this is month to month. So you can pick one, you can upgrade if you want. But really, just on the front end, you kind of take a look and see what you feel is going to be best for yourself. For me, I believe the prospect alone is worth the extra $50. If you use it, if you can't make enough extra in your business based on the prospecting system alone, then for using the $50, then you probably need to reevaluate what you're doing. That really is the best way to go. So, anyways, you could stop this and look at it a little more in depth. I'm going to move on here so we can continue this and get you back in with your day. Oh, there we go. So this is the second part, guys, an interactive AI avatar. The company's still putting the final pieces on when this will be available and what you will need to do to access this. But this kind of becomes like you with Chat GPT in a way, because now it's interactive. So when you're sleeping, somebody can access your avatar and it could interact with them about your business and have conversations about your business with them. And of course, when you get up in the morning, there'll be a full recording of everything that you have there. So it's not like your AI is doing stuff without your knowledge. You'll know exactly what it's doing. And remember, input equals output. It can only put back out based on what you put in. But this literally takes it to a new level versus just using it to do scripts and create scripts and do things for social media. This becomes a real partner. It's not just your twin. Now it's a business partner because now 24/7, you are available. Unmatched value. LevAI replaces 300 plus in subscriptions. I can tell you what, you can find virtually most of these things out there somewhere. Some of the ones that are on here are super low end and they don't really equate to our quality, but you could get it like a CRM solution for like $30. So when you take a look at that, 315 a month versus 99, I think to do this with the same quality what we have is probably going to be closer to 800 or $1,000 a month. But here's the bottom line. Just like those AI doctors, right now you can go find these different features out there, but they're all separate. You got to log into one and use it. Then when you're done, log out, log into the other one. So you go into your CRM, use it, then you're out. Go into the file sharing and training, log out. You go to the web hosting over here, you go to social media management, but they're not connected. They're not collaborating. They're not learning from each other. And that right there, to me, is the biggest value proposition because if I'm going to put time and effort into my I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing here, what I'm doing here on the right hand, the left hand is knowing instantaneously. I don't have to back out of the right hand, come back over here and tell the left hand, oh, I did this with the right hand. And then I do something over here with the left hand. I get back out there and go tell the right hand, oh, by the way, I did something over here in the left hand. No, if I'm grabbing something here, I want the left hand to know it. Doesn't have to do anything about it, but it knows it. Like I'm picking this up right here. Guess what? Boom. My left hand knows it. Now all of a sudden, I'm picking this up in my left hand. My right hand knows it. That, my friends, is the biggest value proposition of what we have. So you could see this here. You determine for yourself. It's month to month. You could try it for a month. If you don't like it, you can cancel it. But I promise you this, if you don't take the time to put the value into it, you're not going to get the output that shows the value of what it can do. So for those of you that just came in to want to learn about using this, get with the person that shared this with you. 99, 49, whichever one is best for you. Give it a shot. However, I can tell you this. I told you a little bit earlier, 391 billion going to 15.7 trillion. Hey, do your own research. Everything I say is 100% fact checked. All you got to do is go Google it or Chat GPT it. You'll find it'll be true. Never has there been this big of a window of potential financial opportunity in the history of humankind. And it's happening. Part of the reason for that is everybody wants AI. They just don't know how to get it. They don't know what to get. They don't know. So as you start to use this, people around you are going to see you use, and they're going to want to know how you did it. And guess what? Are you going to say, I can't tell you? It's a secret. Shh. No, you're going to share. Of course you would. If you and I are friends and I was using something, I'm going to share it with you. Well, guess what? Just by using it and sharing it, you can get yours for free. How can you do that? Well, anybody that you share it with, very first month, we give you 50%. So if they buy the 49, let's just call that 100 or 50 and 100. So basically $25 and $50. So you share it with two people, you made your initial back. And then every month thereafter, second, third, fourth, 2 years, 5 years down the road, 20%. So you go out there and share it with five people, and every month yours is free. And then on top of that, for $19 a year, one time a year, $19 a year, you can also earn through 8 levels of people who are sharing with their business associates, their family, their friends, the ability to earn through 8 levels. A couple things I'll share with you on this. Number one, this is new school versus old school. In old school, if a product costs $49, your commissionable value is going to be about 50, 60, or 70%, maybe 80, sometimes 90, but usually in that 70% range. So that means on $50, $35 would be commissionable. On $100, $70 would be commissionable. On ours, dollar for dollar, it is commissionable. So if somebody gets the 49 or the 99, that's all commissionable. So that's one of the first things that kind of puts us in the new school model. Second thing, look at the very top level, legacy director, 5 legs of 20,000. That's 100,000 in volume. 1/10 of the average of old school home-based business models. In old school models, you need $1 million a month to make it to the top on average. We said, no, that's crazy. We're not building this for the few, we're building this for the masses. But we do need to have some things that people that really want to go achieve can reach for. And so we cut it to 1/10 of the average. The other thing is you'll also notice if you've been in this space before, there's 4 levels of check match, and we also have infinity bonuses that go down through multiple ranks as well. So if you know this space, what you're going to say is, okay, number one, dollar for dollar, huge. Number two, only 100,000 a month to make it to the top, crazy huge. 4 levels of check match and infinity bonuses through multiple levels with compression. Now, this is a company that's trying to pay out as much money as they can. And we are, because guess what? Not only through the benefits of the AI, but if you're also making plenty of money, do you think you're more likely to go tell more people about it? Of course, we want to be the number one AI solution that is a composite AI solution where everything you do, your AI can get better based on all that you do. We want to dominate that segment. That niche is us. We don't have to be the best twin. We want to be one of the best, but we want to be the best twin that is learning from everything that your AI is doing and everything that it does. And that, my friends, that is our position. So, you ever want it to be first? Congratulations, you are. You literally now know about this before 99% of the world. You're literally one of the top 1% of the top 1%. And the bottom line is when you've got a person like Terry LaCour and LaCour Enterprises back in this company, you've got a situation where the main person behind this company, his business, been in business for over 25 years. I know him well. Actually, we merged a company together, his company and my company, back in 2002. Nobody has more experience at putting together a business, scaling a business, growing a business, taking it around the world. Nobody has more experience with more companies than Terry LaCour and LaCour Enterprises. And this is what's at stake. Most time when you look at a business, you're talking about business that's doing millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, sometime a few billion, sometime tens of billions. We're talking about trillions of dollars. The difference is we are down here where that LevAI is. We're in the lower left-hand corner of the graph, but we are like a company with $7 billion in revenue over time. Everything about running this business is in place. So the question is, now that you know, what will you do? You've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. $49, $99 to try it out. What will you decide? What will you decide? Hey, follow us on social media. If you're ready to get started now. If you just want to watch us for a little bit, watch us for a little bit. Just stay close with the person who shared this with you. But if you're looking for 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 hours extra a week being freed up, get your LevAI, learn your LevAI, teach your LevAI, integrate your LevAI, and watch those hours start to be shaved. And if you're doing it right, watch your income start to increase. So, hey, you know what to do. Get with the person that shared this with you and get started right away. I appreciate you taking the time to be here today. Hope you have a beautiful week. Again, Scotty Mercker, Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks so much. Have a beautiful day.